Students, I'm going to walk you through how to run a STARS agreement. You're actually looking at the STARS page, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how to get to this page. But let's just talk about what a STARS agreement is before I even show you how to get to it. So a STARS agreement stands for the Statewide Transfer and Articulation Reporting System. And what you basically need to kind of understand is that for every course that you take here at Lawson State that's on the transfer side of the house, that means the general studies side of the house, not the non-technical courses. These are college level courses taken at the 100 level or above, and they are transferable to your four-year university or college. The statewide transfer reporting system or guide will basically allow you to select your transfer college of choice and tell you specifically what courses will transfer. Okay, and what's important that you need to understand is that four-year colleges have flexibility. So for example, let's say you're a psychology major here at Lawson State. Well, the University of Auburn may have specific courses they want you to take, so you have to run a guide for Auburn, or the University of Alabama may have specific courses. So it's incumbent upon you to run the guide to make sure you're taking the right courses at Lawson State that will transfer. You can't claim you didn't know, okay? So you want to make sure you're sitting in the right classes. We do our best on the community college end, but at certain parts of your degree plan, when you get a little bit more advanced in your degree plan, it can shift and change. So you have to run a STARS guide, and that will guide you in course selection. So here's the page. Let's talk about how to get there. So I'm going to go back to our main website and walk you through this. So you're on the main website. You can get to the guide in three different ways. You can go through the student portal. If I click on the student portal, you want to look for the STARS logo. Just scroll down till you find it. Sometimes it can shift on this board, and there it is. Just click it, and you're there. You can also get the guide through current students. Just click on current students. Do the same thing. Scroll down, find STARS, click it, and you're there. You can also locate it through the Quick Links module. All right, so you're going to see it's very simple. Click on Get the Guide. You want to make sure you set up an official guide, so click on the official button right here. Then you want to look carefully. If you're transferring from a two-year public college to an Alabama public four-year university, then you click here. Four-year universities are like University of Alabama, UAB, right? Private schools are over here, like Sanford, right? If you're going to Sanford and other private institutions, you click over here. So let's go ahead, since most of you are going to transfer typically to a public university. So you fill in the student information. I'm going to fill in a fake one. Put in your information, as you see here. And you know how to do this. It is important that you put in the accurate information so that your STARS may want to contact you, but you also want to protect yourself and make sure that it's legal. So go ahead and put in, see how it says yes, you can send me text messages at this number. I'm not going to say or select yes because I'm not a real person, all right? So you want to then put in your transfer information. First, you want to put in what college you're attending right now. So select Lawson State. The agreement is between Lawson State. Then you want to select your major. If you don't see your major, then select the major that is most closely aligned with your major. So for this one, I'm going to say maybe I'm interested in psychology. I'll stick with psychology since we talked about that earlier. Let's see if I can find it here. There we go. There's psychology. And then I'm going to continue to step 3. Just go ahead and hit the prompts. And you get to select two universities that you will likely transfer to. It doesn't mean that you have to transfer, likely. And by the way, you can run as many STARS reports as you want to. So if you wanted to have 10, you could. You just have to run this over and over again. So let's say Alabama University, Alabama A&M, that's a good choice. And I'm going to pick Auburn. Okay, so yes, you can send personal contact information to these institutions. You can uncheck that if you don't want them to know you're inquiring. I think it's always good, though, to check this off. I'm just going to uncheck it since I'm just doing this for, for the purposes of this demonstration. Also, do you consent to having information shared with researchers? So you can uncheck this or check it off. Again, I would say yes to both. Then get the guide, and what you're going to see is that it's going to pull up for psychology only for those two schools, and it's going to let you know what courses you have to take per area. It's very important that you read your STARS guide carefully. For example, when you look at this, don't get intimidated. You don't have to take all of these literature courses under Area 2, but you must read it. So notice how it reads. Students must complete a 6-hour sequence of either literature in Area 2 or history Area 4. They're giving you a choice. A sequence means you need to take the classes that align. 251 aligns with 252. They're both American Lit courses. You cannot mix American Lit with English Lit. That is not a sequence. And students make this mistake all the time, and they want to fault the college. It's not our fault that you did not follow the directions and understand what the word sequence meant. Sequence means it's a series, right, in chronological order. So you can't do 251 to 261. It's 251 to 252, or 261 to 262, or 271 to 272. That's considered, this grouping is considered one sequence. So you have to read things carefully. Notice what it says here, choose at least 3 hours in literature from the approved list below. So you have to kind of blend it up as you're going through this. So if you pick a sequence in history, then you have to at least pick up still a 3-hour literature course. So every degree plan is different. Then it says students must select a 3-hour courses in art. So you don't take all of these. How many credits? 3. And the semester hours are located right here on the left-hand side over here. Okay? You just have to go slowly and read. Okay? So notice down, any remaining courses in Area 2 are down here. So every degree plan, I don't want to spend too much time on this specific degree plan, because you just have to know they change per degree plan. And it's important that you print yours and read yours and follow yours. For this particular degree plan, the student has to take, yes, 8 semester hours. That's not 8 courses, it's 8 credit hours. So that's 2 from the course with corresponding labs. So they have to take 8 semester hours from the following list of courses. So the student will get to pick from this list. It's important to see an advisor to kind of help you. And then you have to have what? 3 from the list above. So at least Math 110 or Math 112, right? Not both, but one or the other. Some degree plans might start and 112 is not even listed. That's why you have to know, so you don't sit in a Math 110 class when actually your degree calls for a Math 112. That's why you have to print the STARS guide. For Area 4, same thing, just go back down and you read it carefully. You read it carefully so you don't make mistakes. Now, Area 5 is a little tricky. If you notice for Area 5, this is when you really get into your major, and this is where the universities differ. And that's why this grid sheet or grid chart is here, because for Area 5, it could be different in Alabama A&M, different in Auburn, different in Athens, Jackson State. And so you have to go into the actual page for that course to find out. Notice that it reads that you have to take 19 to 23 hours, but we've only listed 3 credits here. That's because the universities differ in what they want their students to take. And so this is when you have to go in. And so I'm going to go ahead and pick Auburn University. This should link us to the Area 5 page if they've done it correctly. So I'm going to transfer here. I'm going to find psychology. I'm under the Area 5 page. I'm going to find psychology. And of course, no luck. Oh, there it is. I see it. And I'm going to click here, and then what it's going to do, it's going to guide me for Area 5. And I read this, and it says no more than 19 hours may transfer in Area 5. So you don't want to go to 23, do you? That's the first thing we learned. A total of 9 hours were specified in Area 5. For your major, the remaining 10 should be taken, additional requirements in the major. And so you have to read this, and it guides you through what courses you need to take. Remember, every school is different. So you just have to read this, print it off, and follow it. You name it and you date it. And they're guiding you for what courses you have to take for Area 5. This particular one is even talking about Areas 4 and 5. Okay? So you just have to really be very specific and not mess up. If you get confused, which it can happen, sometimes STARS agreements can be very confusing. Sometimes you need to call that actual school, or you can contact any advisor here at Lawson State. Again, I cannot stress how important it is for you to print out your STARS guide, keep it in a folder, make sure you look at our degree plan and make sure you crosswalk our degree plan along and make sure it matches your transfer guide. And one thing about Lawson is this: if we've missed a particular course, then you have to, what we'll do is make sure that the transfer guide is adjusted and followed to align with what you need at your school. Meaning that we'll change our transfer guide to fit, let's say they have an Area 5 course down here, and you're trying to go to the University of Montevallo, and we don't have it listed on our degree plan, but we see it listed under their Area 5. We will put it on your degree plan here at Lawson State. Okay? So again, I hope this presentation has been helpful. Run your STARS guide and follow it.